What's up, everybody? This is Whisky in the Six. I'm Rob. Today I'm here with my buddy Paolo, and we've talked about on my channel before how I enjoy drinking cognac when it's really cold outside. It happens to be a blistering -30 in Toronto right now, and Paolo brought over these 4 cognac XOs. So thank you, Paolo.
No problem. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to be here and share this wonderful experience with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. So the way we're gonna do it is Paolo wrote A on a couple of labels and B and so on and so forth. He's gonna put the letters on a bottle and a glass in no particular order, and then hand me the glasses in no particular order. I'm gonna taste them, rank them from which I think is best bang for your buck to worst bang for your buck, and then we're gonna find out which one they belong to. Very quickly, we have the Couvosier XO. You guys can pronounce it however you like. That's how I pronounce it. Some people will just say Couvosier. The next one is the Jean Fillioux XO. This is actually a minimum of 25 years old. Really cool stuff. Actually, let's backtrack 1 second. The Couvosier XO, how much was that again?
$255 at the LCBO.
At the LCBO. Okay, so LCBO prices, as most of you that have watched my channel for some time know, the prices tend to be a lot higher in the LCBO than most places. In the US, you can get XOs for a very good price, sometimes between $100 and $200. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but we're gonna be talking to you guys with what we know tonight, which is LCBO prices. So the next one is the Jean Fillioux, and this one was
$170.
$170. This one was released with a special release. They did end up putting some in store, but most of the original amount that was given to the LCBO was only available online. The next one is discontinued at the LCBO, but the SAC, as Swami likes to call it, or the SAQ in Quebec, has it for
$212.
$212. This is the Deau XO. All right. Again, pronunciation depends on the person, but that's what we're going with tonight. And last but not least is the Camus or Camus XO. All right. And this one was exactly how much?
I believe it was $225.
$225. All right. So Paul is now going to proceed to put letters on both bottles and glasses, and then I'm going to taste them as blindly as we can without knowing. I'm not going to look at what he's doing exactly. If you guys have an opportunity, check out my Whiskey of the Year. It's getting quite a few hits. At the moment, it's climbing pretty steadily. That one was released on the 23rd, which was just less than a week ago, depending on when I post this video. You'll get a chance to see some of the really great whiskey that I've had this year. It's been a pretty good year. Paolo's actually had an opportunity to try a whole bunch of the whiskeys that I've had, because I always try to save him a little bit of a sample or a dram. Couldn't be happier with the way this year turned out, and I'm getting to see. Oh, and I also want to give Roy from Aquavite the credit for the thumbnail on that video, because he actually did it for me. I'm not great with thumbnails, as most of you know if you've been subscribed to me for some time. I just downloaded a thumbnail maker, so we'll see. Hopefully that improves in the next little while, but until then, I have to thank Roy for making that thumbnail for me. Are we ready to go over here, Paolo?
Yep.
All right, so Paolo's gonna hand me one in no particular order. I'm gonna taste it and then move forward to the next one. So these are all bottled at 40%, I believe. Correct? Yeah. Very nice nose on this one. Okay, on the palate. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna leave a little bit in each one of these so that I can taste them one more time if I have to. Do you have your letters on the desk there for these?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll hand them back to you then so that we don't mix them up.
Next.
So the rules with XO is, I believe it can't be younger than 7 years old, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. VSOP, it can't be younger than, I believe, 4.
4.
XO can be as young as 7, but most of the time they're a little bit older than that. Nice. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna leave a little bit in each one of these so that I can go back to them and take a sip of water in between. So far I'm leaning towards that first one over the second one. Let's try to keep track of. Interesting. Okay. And last but not least here.
Change your order.
Okay, so right now I'm leaning towards the first one I tried and this one being like neck and neck, and then the other two just behind neck and neck as well. So maybe take that one back.
Go and label the bottom of the glasses so I don't forget. Or just leave them in the order I placed them.
Yeah, you can label the bottom of the glasses. I'm gonna go with what I think I already know. I'll taste them one more time for argument's sake and see if something changes despite whatever the label is at the bottom. But I think it's gonna be the first one I tried first, the last one I tried second, the second one I tried third, and the third one I tried fourth. Did you catch all that? That was a little confusing. Paolo remembers, hopefully, which order I tried which in. And you know what? Hand me back in the same order that I tried them, and you can tell me, because I already decided.
Okay.
Tell me what it is. So we'll remind you guys what the price is, and hopefully we've discovered
So
a good bang for your
first one
buck.
you tried.
This is the first one I tried. Okay, and this one.
It was your number 1.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna stick with this one as my number 1 because that's really good stuff. So which one is that? So this is gonna stay at my number 1.
Okay.
Should we try them all again and then? Okay,
That's it.
so
You sticking to your number 1?
that's number 1.
For sure?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to know what it is?
No, you know what? Let's save that to the end.
Okay. Mix it up a bit?
Yeah, you can mix them up in whatever order.
Maybe that a little more.
No. I feel like that was the last one that I tried. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's still gonna be my second favorite. These ones were a little more tricky because they're a little lighter. The first two are, the ones that I picked first and second are more full-bodied in my opinion. This one's really nice though. It's light. This is an easy everyday cognac. No burn whatsoever. Actually, none of these four cognacs have any alcohol burn, to be honest with you. But
this is the second one you tried.
This is the second one I tried, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this as my number 3 so far. And then let's see if the last one changes my mind.
So either last or somewhere in the middle.
So actually, I'm gonna bump this one ahead of the one that I just tried.
So third place.
So third place. So yeah, this is third place. The one I just tried is fourth place. So let's see how we did.
All right. So letter B. First place.
The Deau. I wonder if there's added color to this because that is dark. That's a beautiful color on that one.
One of my favorites.
It's really nice.
Second place.
And that was for, just to remind you guys, $212 at the SAQ.
SAQ Montreal.
Yeah.
Letter C. We had
The Camus or Camus. Interesting.
third place. Letter D.
So I bumped the Couvosier ahead of the Jean Fillioux.
Couvosier.
Interesting.
So, and finally,
And then Jean Fillioux came in fourth.
A, which was the Jean Fillioux, which you said was an easy drink, everyday drink.
Yeah, and I like. This is the problem with being a Scotch whiskey guy, because you look for that meaty, heavy whiskey, and it doesn't often translate to cognac. When people are drinking cognac, they want something really smooth. That's really why they buy their cognac. And as far as smoothness goes, the Jean Fillioux is definitely the lightest, the smoothest, least alcohol burn.
And that's a 25-year-old minimum, so
Yeah. So,
consider it.
and it's out of the four, it's the cheapest, right?
Yeah, $170 LCBO.
Yeah. So all four are excellent, but I'm gonna stick with what I came up with because I think it's I mean, that's the best way to do it. Taste them blind, find out which one you like best, because a lot of times the name on the bottle will alter our perception. I believe I put the Couvosier first, right?
Yeah.
And that's what, the most expensive of the four, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$255.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, the last two are a toss-up. You can get a very good cognac, and I'm curious because I recently did. Do you remember the name of it? I can't remember the name of it. It was a cognac as well. Deau XO. I'm curious how that would have stacked up against these four because that one's pretty cheap as well. That one's about $200 at the LCBO, which surprisingly is a good price for an XO cognac. So
They're usually around $200 at a minimum.
yeah. So I don't know. I think that was fun. Interesting, a little bit educational on my part as well because I don't often get to do that. I usually know exactly what I'm tasting when I taste it, and human nature that always will alter your perception of how you feel about something. Okay, so I'm glad I did it this way. Very cool. Well, I'll be looking for one of those Deaus. Hopefully I can find one because they seem to be in slim pickings.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you very much for doing
Thanks
this,
for having
buddy.
me.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.